Douglas, he had his take on the movie, and some strange reason he felt white guilt. Okay.
Okay. Allow me a couple of minutes to talk about Ryan Coogler's movie Sinners. I missed it in the theater because of the NBA playoffs, which are the most grueling stretch of the year for me. So over the weekend, I watched Sinners in 2 sittings, or maybe I should say 2 runnings while I was on the treadmill. I hope I can explain this correctly to you, but I loved and I hated Sinners. I loved it because when Ryan Coogler applies his genius to a film, I just won't have any choice but to love it. He is that gifted. Fruitvale, Creed, the Black Panthers, and now Sinners. Gifted. I love Sinners because if I get a double shot of Michael B. Jordan unleashing his raw screen power, and Michael B. plays 2 twin brothers, I'm going to double love it. I love Sinners because of the brilliant melding of 2 very different genres, the plight of black people in 1932 Mississippi and vampires? Wait, vampires river dancing? Trust me, Ryan Coogler's screenplay just, so to speak, sucks you in. Not once did I think this is silly or this is hokey. Didn't have time to doubt it because Sinners just grabs you by the throat that will probably get bitten. And how can you not love anything that has Delroy Lindo in it? He steals, 6 or 8 scenes in Sinners with that wise, cool patter of his. And I get to see Michael B. Jordan blow away, 40 or 50 Klansmen, including the big, fat, tobacco-spitting leader. And then just when I thought Sinners was over, I got a bonus scene, a postscript 60 years later in Chicago, featuring the great Buddy Guy, the real Buddy Guy, that guy, who's visited in the club by vampire Michael B. and vampire Haley Steinfeld. Huh? Knocked me right off my chair, or in this case, off the treadmill. What? Just breakthrough filmmaking. Thank you, Mr. Coogler. Yet, I must admit, when Sinners ended, I felt battered.
What?
Bludgeoned and battered.
What?
By white guilt. Look, Sinners has no use for white people, nor should it. The prevailing metaphor, of course, is that evil, devious white people tricked black people and sucked their blood and turned them into something they weren't meant to be. The evil white vampires wrecked the juke joint life that the black people were building thanks to the money provided by the twin brothers who had gone up against the Chicago mob and lived to tell about it and returned home. So, who's the first member of the black community to defy and betray the brothers? Well, it's the woman played by Mrs. Josh Allen Haley Steinfeld, who appears in Sinners to be, I think, biracial. She obviously has some white blood, which obviously prevails and leads her and in turn the black community to ruin. So if you followed my career at all, you probably know I've fought with all my might against racial injustice in this country. I've told this story before, so I'll be brief here. I was so blessed to have been mostly raised by a black woman who was far more of a mother and a teacher to me than my mother was, my real mother. Everything I know about right and wrong, I learned from Katie Bell Henderson, who worked for my grandmother, who traveled for her work. And I'm sure some black people say, oh, it's the help. But trust me, there was no plantation mentality operating at my grandmother's. Katie Bell ran that household with an iron fist, unquestioned iron fist. My home was broken, so I spent a lot of time at my grandmother's. I grew up in Oklahoma City. Katie Bell grew up in rural Alabama, though, like Michael B's character, she had spent many years working in Chicago, where her son and grandkids lived. My soul aches when I have to watch what white people did to black people in the Deep South in the 1930s and any other form of that. I know all about it. I don't know how to fix it. Obviously, I can't fix it. And after a while, it's just hard to watch. For me, it's hard to watch. I didn't participate in it. I didn't contribute to it. Yet I still feel so deeply guilty about it because of the color of my skin. Sinners just ultimately beat me over the head with that guilt. I don't usually find vampire movies all that scary, but for me, Sinners is psychological horror. After a while, I just wasn't sure I could take much more of it, as great as it was. But hey, Buddy Guy looming up on the screen out of nowhere in the end, that saved it for me. For that, Mr. Coogler.
I mean, yeah. Once I do listen to that right there, he does sound guilty. I don't know what. Hey, Skip, I don't know what you feel guilty for. If you don't feel guilty for, you need to feel guilty what you did to Shannon a couple months ago, last year or whatever. You don't feel guilty about that. You don't feel guilty. Get out of here, Skip. And it's the thing. I did some research, right? He ain't new to saying something like this, or just saying it. Period. This ain't the first time he
I
done spit
started
this out.
watching the WNBA much more closely than I ever had, and I started to think deep down in my psyche, wait a second, she's really good. But I'll be the first to admit, I felt guilty saying so on TV or on social media. I did not want to look like this red state white guy cheering for this red state white girl. Our country feels split enough racially already. I didn't want to pour gasoline on that fire. Maybe I was wrong about this, but Caitlin Clark started to feel like, to me, some sort of new right-wing symbol. White woman dominating the game, dominated by black men and women for years and years. I could almost hear some people thinking, white power, baby.
Yeah, that's kind of cringe, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't that what the I do. That's kind of cringe. Yeah, Skip, you need to go get yourself checked. I think it's good that you're not on TV no more. You need to keep your ass up. Keep your ass on the internet. You more entertaining saying this goofy shit and that other stuff you used to say going. Skip Bayless, knock it off. Knock it off. Get back to the sports. Get back to the sports. I know you got your little internet and you can show your so-called range now. But keep your guilty ass off the internet. I mean, off TV. You do this on the internet. Black slavery. Black slavery is jammed into the brains of little kids, so white kids will feel guilt. I don't know why. That is so bullshit. But anyway, and black kids will be racist against white. That's stupid. All right, come on, man. Well, y'all see it. Y'all see the stupidity out here. Just like black fatigue, I don't believe in white guilt either. It's not even. There's something wrong with you mentally. Like even this. Check this out. There's a video I found. I'm like, hmm. Well,
I work at a golf course. Please help me interpret this picture on the wall that I feel is a little. I'm not going to fully zoom out yet, but let's just take a look. We have some people playing golf. It looks, you can tell by the clothes that they're wearing about what year or time period it takes place in. We have a lady playing golf. She's not holding a golf club. This lady's playing golf. She's holding a golf club. This is like a man. It's probably one of their husbands or something like that playing golf. This does not appear to be the child of any of those people. This kid looks pretty young. This kid looks pretty young. Let's get a height comparison. I know they're not at the same level, but like something about this feels really wrong. Something about this feels really wrong. Like holding all the clubs, not playing golf, like looks like a really young kid. A really young kid. This does not feel like a picture we should have on display, and this does not feel like some actions we should be proud of, let alone have it framed. Am I overthinking this? I see this picture every day, and it feels so wrong. I want to cover it up or take it down or something, because like this is a kid, right? This is a little kid, like multiple golf club bags. So it's like this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong.
is that white guilt? Is that what white guilt is? For one, she putting a lot on it. She might be a Karen. She definitely might be a Karen. For one, little homie look like he a caddy, look like he got a job, a little summer job at this damn white golf course. It wasn't, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe there is such thing as black fatigue, white guilt,